The sun hung low over the bustling streets of the city, casting long shadows that stretched across the pavement, but inside the apartment, the atmosphere was thick with a different kind of tension. Jed Clampett sat at the small, wobbly table, his brow furrowed in concentration. He looked across at his nephew, Jethro, who was currently attempting to maneuver a pair of wooden sticks into a bowl of steaming mush. It was a peculiar sight, one that seemed entirely out of place for the mountain folk, yet here they were, trying to adapt to the curious ways of their new houseguests. "What are you doing, Jethro?" Jed asked, his voice slow and steady. "Cooking us up a pot of mush for breakfast, Uncle Jed," Jethro replied, his eyes wide with focus. Jed let out a soft chuckle, leaning back in his chair. "We do not have to do that no more, nor nothing else," he said. "That bonsai fella is fetching over his Japanese women folks. Yeah, he is going to take care of us, but that does not mean he is going to do for us." "Oh, yeah," Jethro said, nodding vigorously. "He told me. He is going to wait on us hand and foot. Them Japanese men do not have no truck with that women's lib." "Is that a fact?" Jed asked, tilting his head. "Yeah. All you've got to do is give them orders," Jethro explained confidently. "See, I have been learning Japanese, so as I will be ready. Listen to this. Kamikaze, Toyota, Sony, 0. What does that mean?" Jed inquired, genuinely curious. "Don't smack into my car radio with your aeroplane," Jethro translated with a proud grin. "You reckon he is going to be saying that a lot?" Jed asked. "Well, not a lot," Jethro mused. "But if he gives them an order right off, they will respect it. See, Japanese women is trained to respect Japanese men. But you are not a Japanese man," Jed pointed out gently. "With me speaking her language so good, how is he going to know?" Jethro countered. "True, true," Jed admitted, rubbing his chin. "Oh, you've got to learn to eat with these, Uncle Jeff." "What is these?" "These is what you call chopsticks. The Japanese uses them instead of knives or forks or spoons. Watch, I will show you." Jethro fumbled with the sticks, managing to lift a single morsel of food before it tumbled back into the bowl. "Don't seem to hold a lot," Jethro noted. "That is probably for me," Jed chuckled. "Like them karate chops." "You reckon that is why they call them chopsticks?" "More than likely," Jethro agreed. "Boy, I cannot wait to sink my teeth into them chicken-fried karate chops." "You reckon these anything like pork chops?" "Oh, yeah, quite a bit," Jed said, his stomach giving a small, sympathetic rumble. "Yeah, looks like we're going to be eating high on the karate." The door creaked open, and Mr. Drysdale hurried in, looking slightly frazzled. "Good morning," he breathed, glancing around the room. "Good morning, Mr. Drysdale," Jed replied, standing up. "Oh, sit down. Have some breakfast." "Oh, no thanks, Mr. Drysdale declined quickly. "I am on my way to pick up the women of Bonsai household and bring them over." "Well, how is Mr. Bonsai feeling at this moment?" Jed asked. "Well, he still feels terribly humiliated that Granny defeated him in hand-to-hand combat," Mr. Drysdale explained, wiping his forehead. "I am sorry about that. It was all I could do to get him out of his room. Well, I will be on my way." "Oh, by the way, have you heard from Granny and Ellie?" "Not a word," Jed said, his expression softening with concern. "I hope they are comfortable staying in Miss Jane's apartment." "Well, I would hardly call it an apartment," Mr. Drysdale remarked. "It is more like a furnished room." Across town, in the small, crowded space that Miss Jane called home, the situation was far from conventional. "This bed was right nice to sleep on, but it sure does take up a lot of room," Granny remarked, eyeing the large, clunky piece of furniture. "Well, Miss Jane says after you take the bedclothes off, it folds up into a sofa," Ellie Mae explained, patting the mattress. "No, that is what she said," Granny countered, poking at the frame. "Well, it ain't doing it." "Doing what?" Ellie asked. "Folding up," Granny grunted, putting her back into the effort. "Granny, I think we have to help him," Ellie suggested. "Let us see," Granny said, giving it another shove. "Well, I will be swished. What will they think of next?" "Oh, Bessie, you got your dress all dirty climbing on that fire escape. Now let us see your hands." "I was afraid of that. Now let us go get washed up." We will be having breakfast quick as Miss Jane gets back. All right, Ellie agreed. You could sleep 6 on this thing crossways. Good morning, Bessie, Miss Jane said as she bustled into the room. I hope my landlord does not see you. Morning, Miss Jane, Ellie said, smiling. Oh, good morning, Ellie, Miss Jane replied. Sorry it took so long getting your breakfast. Your kitchen sure must be a long ways from your bedroom. About 3 blocks, Ellie said with a laugh. Where is Granny? Miss Jane asked. Well, she was here a minute ago. Must have stepped out, Ellie replied. I did not see her in the hall, Miss Jane said, looking around. What do you want, Bessie? She is probably hungry. Here is your breakfast, Bessie. I thought they liked bananas. They did. Bessie is trying to tell us something. What is it, Bessie? I think there is something inside the couch. Well, let us see, Miss Jane said, leaning over. Granny, how in the world are you all right? Of course I am all right, Granny voice muffled from within the upholstery. The dog touched this bed. I laid down on it, and it gobbled me up. I am terribly sorry, Miss Jane apologized. I have never done that before. Have some coffee, and you will feel better. By the way, Miss Jane, where did you sleep last night? In the Murphy bed, Miss Jane answered. Oh, I am sorry you had to go and stay with friends, Granny said. No, Miss Jane laughed. It is in the wall. Come on, I will show you. See? You sleep standing up? Granny asked, eyes wide. No, it comes all the way down, Miss Jane explained, pulling the mechanism. I declare I never did see so many clever beds, Granny marveled. Well, we will need them all when the other girls arrive. Oh, it is Helen, Miss Jane said as a knock sounded at the window. I told her to come up the fire escape. My rent here is based upon occupancy by one person only. Welcome, Helen. Cheers, everyone, Helen said, climbing inside. I will need some help with my luggage. I will give you a hand, Ellie offered. Me too, Miss Jane added. Bessie, I ain't never seen anything like these city beds, Granny remarked. They sure are space savers. I reckon Miss Jane and Helen will share this one. I sure hope it is as comfortable as Ellie and mine. Ain't bad at all, Helen said, testing the surface. Thanks awfully, Ellie, Helen added. Yeah, thanks, Melvin, Ellie said to someone in the hall. You are welcome, Melvin replied. I thought Granny was here, Miss Jane said, looking around. She was. Granny? Jane here. Bessie is trying to tell us something again. I wonder, Miss Jane, if it will not hurt your feelings. I think I will sleep on the floor tonight. Back at the Clampett estate, the arrival of the Japanese guests was a spectacle of cultural confusion and politeness. And here they are, Mr. Clampett, the lovely ladies of Bonsai household, and her flowers of the Orient, Mr. Drysdale announced grandly. This is Mr. Clampett. Howdy, ladies, Jed greeted them with a warm smile. Mr. Bonsai, your women folks is here, Mr. Drysdale said. You speak English? Jed asked. Amiko does, Mr. Bonsai replied. We have great pleasure to be in the honorable house of Clampett-son. What did she call me? Jed whispered to Mr. Drysdale. Clampett-son. That is a Japanese title of courtesy, Mr. Drysdale explained. They set great store by Bound, do not they? Yes, and extremely polite. Oh, I almost forgot about their luggage. I will give you a hand, Mr. Drysdale offered. Hurrah, ladies. Meet Jethro. Uncle Jed, Big Hiraberry. But me, international playboy, Jethro announced, striking a pose. You wear a karate suit. Sure, I just cannot wait to have me a karate chop, Jethro said excitedly. You want a karate chop? One of the women asked. I sure do, and right away, Jethro confirmed. Please do not ask for karate chop, she warned. But that is what I want, Jethro insisted. And the sooner, the better. See you later, Mr. Drysdale. Thank you, Mr. Drysdale said. What are they so excited about? You are not supposed to do things for them, Mr. Bonsai explained. From now on, they will do everything for you. Oh, well, take them upstairs, Jed said. Tell them to take any room they want. We have plenty of empty ones. Go ahead. What is the matter, boy? Did you fall over the rail? No, Jethro groaned, rubbing his arm. I asked them girls for a karate chop and one of them slugged me. Welcome to Women Lib Headquarters Girls, the women declared in unison.
Thank you came to reply. Come in.
Granny, Ellie Mae, Susie, and Betty.
Hi.
Now, you can hang your clothes in the closet as soon as Helen is through taking a shower in there. She is taking a shower in the closet? Jethro asked, bewildered. Well, it is too small to be called a bathroom, Miss Jane explained. We hang our clothes in the bathroom?
Granny asked.
Well, you could also call it the den, the laundry room, the kitchen, and the spare bedroom, Miss Jane listed. Bedroom? Granny repeated. Yes, we are so crowded here. I am afraid somebody will have to sleep in the tub tonight, Miss Jane confessed. Miss, by the way, I cannot take my shower, one of the guests noted. There is a furry animal splashing about in the bathtub. Oh, do not be alarmed, Miss Jane said. It is probably just Ellie Chimpanzee. No, Bessie is outside, Ellie said. Must be Frida, Granny realized. Frida?
She is my possum.
She just loves to play in the water, Ellie explained. I did not know Ellie brought a possum, Miss Jane said. Me neither, the others echoed. She must have had it inside her coat, Granny said.
It likes to sleep like that.
Well, Frida, you stay out of the bathtub when folks want to take showers. Yes, Frida, please, the guests pleaded. Miss Hathaway. The voice of the landlord boomed from the hallway. It is my landlord. Quick, everybody hide, Miss Jane hissed. Where? Where else? Miss Jane said, pointing to the couch. Miss Hathaway, the landlord called. Coming, Miss Jane replied. Mr. Finney, I am glad you are here. I have a complaint.
So am I.
I heard a lot of voices in here, Mr. Finney grumbled. You most certainly did. It was the television set. Miss Jane lied smoothly. You have not got a television set, Mr. Finney countered. Well, that is my complaint. The walls here are so thin that the set next door sounds as though it is right in this room, Miss Jane insisted. I do not hear anything, Mr. Finney said, listening closely. Of course not. I made them turn it off, Miss Jane said. I believe I will take a look in there. Oh, good. Good, Miss Jane said. I hope you brought your tools. There is at least half-day work in there. What? Mr. Finney asked. Yes, the faucet leaks. The tub is stopped up. The shower does not work. The paint is peeling, and you have got to replace that worn flooring. It is dangerous, Miss Jane declared. Well, I will tell you what I will do. I am doing apartment 16 right now, but I will put you right at the top of the list, Mr. Finney conceded. Mr. Finney, that is another thing. The neighborhood children peer in at me all the time, Miss Jane said, gesturing to the window. Go away, you naughty child. Go on, go on. No, I did not get a very good look. But that has got to be the ugliest kid I ever saw. Well, Mr. Finney, the situation is becoming quite intolerable. Ugly children, faulty plumbing, thin walls, Miss Jane listed. What was that? I am glad you were here to see that with your own eyes, Mr. Finney, Miss Jane said, feigning innocence. Oh, I was not. What did I see? Mr. Finney asked. Well, unless prompt action is taken, I shall be forced to call the Department of Health and Sanitation about the mice in this building, Miss Jane threatened. That was a mouse? Mr. Finney asked, looking horrified. Oh, what else? I never saw a mouse look like that, Miss Jane said. Perhaps it was something worse. I had better call the Board of Health, Mr. Finney said, reaching for his phone. No, that is okay. It was a mouse, Miss Jane said quickly. Well, Mr. Finney, what do you intend doing about it? Miss Jane asked. Well, I have got a cat. Now, would not stand a chance against a thing like that. Goodbye, Mr. Finney, he said, retreating. Excuse me, Jethro said, peeking his head in. Is Biddles almost ready? Biddles? Miss Jane asked. Well, yeah.
Food.
You know, as we say in Japanese, lunch, Jethro explained. Oh, yes. Anything special you would like? Miss Jane asked. Well, I ain't going to ask for no more of them karate chops.
I know you get uptight about that.
But there is something else I heard of that I would like to try, Jethro said. What is it? Miss Jane asked. Judo roll. You want a judo roll? Jethro asked. I sure do. You see, I am an international playboy and I rocks the experiment. Please, do not ask for a judo roll, she warned. But that is what I want. Heck, fire. I thought you folks were obliging, Jethro said. That is wrong, son. Judo roll is not for ordinary persons, the instructor said. But I am not ordinary. I want to try everything. Now, come on. Let me have it, Jethro demanded.
Ah.
What happened to you this time, boy? Jed asked, helping him up. I will tell you something, Uncle Jed. Them Japanese is real polite. If you ask for some of them special victuals, then they beat the tar out of you, Jethro lamented. More visits from the landlord. Girls? Granny asked, walking into the room.
No.
You scared him away for a while, Miss Jane said. Helen, what in the world are you doing? Granny asked. I am getting some charcoal burning in this barge here, Helen replied. Well, that is purely a decorative piece, Miss Jane noted. Well, Granny wanted to make us a hot meal, and that is the only thing we could find to cook on, Helen explained. Oh, there is no cooking in this apartment, Miss Jane said firmly. But where is Granny? Ellie asked. She and Ellie went out shopping for some victuals. That is food, Miss Jane explained. Yes, I know. Let us try it, Miss Hathaway. This charcoal is smokeless, and I am simply perishing for nice, hot London grill, Helen said. Well, if I know Granny victuals, they will in no way resemble a London grill, Miss Jane predicted. We back, girls? Granny asked, entering with a basket. Well, you see what all we got. You are going to have a feast fit for a king. For a queen, Granny. Remember, this is Women Lib headquarters. Let's not exalt the male image, Miss Jane reminded her. What did you bring? I am starving, Helen asked. Listen to this and let your mouth water, Granny said. Salted down sow belly, owl gizzards, ground hog sausage, pickled catfish heads and tenderloin, a badger and gopher gravy. I do not believe this, Miss Jane whispered. That ain't all. Tell them what we got for dessert, Ellie, Granny instructed. Pawpaws with sorghum syrup, hedge apple turnovers and pulp wheat pudding, and a nice, ripe goat cheese, Ellie listed. What kind of market sells things like that? Miss Jane asked. You cannot get those kind of delicacies in no market. We went by home and sneaked into the root cellar, Granny explained. Yeah, and we peeked through the window, and we seen Jed and Jethro, and they were having a miserable time. Jethro had done fine from hunger, Granny chuckled. Yeah, he was laying on the floor in his underwear, and Jed had to help him to stand up. It will not be long before they will be yelling and screaming for us to come back home. But we're going to let them keep suffering until they knuckle under the women lib. Well, I better get after the cooking. Where is the stove? Granny asked. Well, unfortunately, I do not have a stove, Miss Jane said. I started a fire in Miss Hathaway brazier, Granny said. Where? Miss Jane asked, horrified. Right here, in her brass brazier, Granny said. Miss Jane, I hope you do not put that thing on hot, Miss Jane cautioned. Miss Miko, I ain't never worn nothing like this before. It is mighty fancy for an old weed bender like me, Jed said, looking at his new attire. No, Clampett-san. You look very handsome. Very handsome. Please, the woman said. Well, what if I was to spill victuals on it? Jed asked. You have no worry. You will spill. Miko clean, she assured him. You girls sure is a blighter, Jed remarked. Our pleasure to serve, man. Please to be seated, she said. Is that an eating table? Jed asked. Yes, she replied. Looks like somebody has sawed their legs off, Jed joked. No. It is a Japanese table. You sit, she said. Well, cannot I better wait for the others? Jed asked. No, Clampett-san, head of household. Please to be seated. And have a sip of sake, she commanded. A sip of what? Jed asked. Sake. Our native wine made from rice. You taste, she encouraged. Japanese white lightning, Jed noted. Please to be seated. Miko will entertain while you wait, she said. Hot dog. Sure does smell good in here. How soon is victuals? Jethro asked. Oh, well, I reckon I can wait, but I am awful thirsty. Hey, you got a sumo crush? You have heard of sumo crush? That is what the wrestlers over to Japan drinks. They are always giving one another sumo crush, Jethro explained. It is probably like an orange crush or a lemon crush. You got any? Jethro asked. Hey, Mr. Bonsai, you ever do any wrestling over to Japan? Jed asked. Oh, yes, Mr. Bonsai replied. Could you give me a sumo crush? Jethro asked. You want a sumo crush? Mr. Bonsai asked. I sure do, Jethro said. Please, do not ask for sumo crush, Mr. Bonsai warned. Oh, come on, please. You insist? Mr. Bonsai asked. Yes, sir, Jethro agreed. We step outside. It is better for sumo crush, Mr. Bonsai said. I sure do appreciate this. I won't forget it. Not soon, I guarantee, Jethro said. Well, I have got Granny cooking on the roof. I do not think the landlord can smell it up there, Jed said. I hope she does not set the building on fire, Mr. Drysdale worried. Oh, no danger. As soon as you are finished with your laundry, come up and have lunch, Jed invited. We are eating on the roof? Miss Jane asked. Believe me, Betty, Granny cooking is best eaten out of doors, Miss Jane admitted. I will get it, Miss Jane said as the door knocked.
Who are you?
Who are you? The man asked. I am the landlord, he said. Helen, guess who Miss Hathaway has for a landlord, Miss Jane whispered. Who? Cary Grant, Miss Jane breathed. Oh, Mr. Grant. You are even more handsome off the screen than on. Does not that gray hair make him look distinguished? Helen asked. Divine, the others chimed in. And those eyes. Those sexy eyes. They simply melt a woman's heart, Miss Jane added. Oh, Mr. Grant, you're my favorite star.
My star of stars, she swooned.
Mine too, the others added. Might I ask you to autograph my slip? Miss Jane asked. Who do you girls think you are kidding? The man asked. I beg pardon? Miss Jane asked. I do not look anything like Cary Grant.
You know it, he said.
Well, Gregory Peck. Miss Jane suggested. Yes, he agreed. Give this to Miss Hathaway, will you? What is it? Miss Jane asked. It is a trap for her mouse. Excuse me, girl, there is a phone, he said. Oh, no, compensate. I will get it. Clementine speaking, Miss Jane said.
Hello, Jed.
This is Granny. Are you suffering? Granny asked. Oh, yeah, I sure am, Jed sighed. Are you ready to knuckle under and give in to the women lib? Have you learned your lesson? Granny asked. Well, Granny, not yet. I think I ought to suffer a couple more days. Yeah, let us stay in touch. Do not call me, I will call you. Bye, Jed said. Well, now it is time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You are all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Do not come back now, dear. This has been a Filmways presentation.